NVIDIA says DLSS 5 is the future of PC graphics, but what if it's actually costing you not just in FPS, but where it matters the most, your wallet and in the games themselves? Today, I'll show you exactly what DLSS 5 is actually doing to your screen and whether it's anywhere near worth the upgrade price they're asking to justify it. First, a quick bit of context because DLSS 5 is genuinely different to everything that came before it, and that different matters quite a bit. While early DLSS was mostly about smart upscaling, so taking a lower resolution image and making it look like 4K, the newer iterations have shifted towards something a little more aggressive. So it's no longer just about enhancing the pixels the game actually rendered. With this new multi-frame generation, NVIDIA is increasingly leaning on generative AI to bridge the gap between what your hardware is doing and what you see on screen. DLSS 5 is fundamentally different. It uses what NVIDIA calls multi-frame generation, which is basically generative AI applied on top of the already rendered frame. So it's not upscaling, it's asking an AI to invent additional frames and image data based on what it predicts should be there. So, in other words, we're moving away from AI assisting your GPU and towards AI interpolating the experience. So, a significant chunk of what you're seeing isn't a direct result of the game's engine anymore. It's essentially an AI's best guess at what should be there. And that's exactly where the problems start, in my humble opinion. Now, I don't want to be unfair here. The demo footage does look genuinely impressive, and if you're watching on a static screen grab, the results can genuinely look sharper. But let's be honest, this isn't a marketing video, and I do think that there are three specific costs that NVIDIA's marketing team will not bring up. So that's exactly what we're going to go through today. Cost number one, performance. And this one might surprise you. DLSS used to be a tool that gave you performance. You turn it on, get a frame rate boost, and carry on with your life. That was the whole point. It was brilliant for mid range hardware. You could essentially punch above your weight, especially at 1440p. DLSS 5 works differently. Multi frame generation isn't free performance, it has a processing cost. To generate those extra frames, the GPU has to dedicate a portion of its power to the AI stack. So this means your true frame rate, the one actually being rendered by the engine, can take a bit of a hit. And you're often trading away input responsiveness for the sake of a smoother looking motion on the counter. And in my opinion, it's a trade that doesn't always feel like a win. And here's where I think this matters for most of us. So if you're running a 30 to 40 series card, which let's face it, the majority of PC gamers are, you're not even getting DLSS 5. It's locked to the RTX 50 series hardware. So on the cards that could benefit most from a performance tool, it's not available. And on the cards it is available on, well, they're already plenty fast enough that a frame rate boost from AI generation is a bit of a luxury and not a necessity. Cost number two, and this one I find the most interesting personally, because it's the conversation that's happening in the gaming community right now. And I personally don't think it's getting enough airtime. So, when a developer builds a game, every lighting decision, every material texture, every shadow is a deliberate artistic choice. So the lighting in a dungeon isn't dark because it's a dungeon. It's dark to create atmosphere, tension, and a specific mood. That's all intentional. So when you enable these generative AI features, you're adding a layer of AI interpretation to the final output. So the training model makes micro decisions about how light should bounce, how a texture should resolve in motion choices that weren't actually necessarily programmed by the artist. And we've seen this in recent comparisons where high level AI reconstruction can actually subtly shift the colour or colour grading or the mood of a scene by trying to be too clean, overcorrecting the very atmosphere the developers probably work quite hard to create. And I think that is genuinely a fair criticism. You can't really grumble at having an option to enable or disable it, but calling it an enhancement when it's partially overwriting the original, that's a little bit of a stretch in my opinion. So, cost number two, the AI doesn't know what the artist intended, and sometimes it does show. And here is the big one, cost number three, the one that's really behind this whole video and conversation. DLSS 5 is exclusive to the RTX 50 series GPUs, full stop. So if you've got a 3070, a 4070, even a 4090, you're locked out. And NVIDIA knows this because DLSS is being used as one of the flagship justifications for upgrading to a 50 series card right now. And here's the thing, the RTX 50 series cards are expensive. We all know this. We're talking 6, 7, 800 and up for the performance or the mainstream performance tier. And this is at a time the value proposition of these cards outside of DLSS 5 is already being questioned pretty heavily. So let's be honest, what's actually happening here is a feature that was originally designed to help mid-range gamers get more out of their hardware has become a bit of a selling point for high-end hardware that most people don't need. And if you buy into the hype, upgrade your GPU for DLSS 5 and then find out it breaks the atmosphere in half of your game library and costs you frames in demanding titles, well, that's not NVIDIA's problem. That is a money sinkhole you walked into willingly. And personally, I'd rather you didn't, so I'm giving you my honest take so that you can decide without all of the marketing hype added in. Now, I want to be fair here because I think it's important and it's always worth being fair. DLSS 5 in controlled conditions does have or does produce impressive results. In the right game with the right setting, it can genuinely look stunning. So I'm not saying it's useless. What I am saying is that the way it's being sold as a reason to spend upwards of £700 on a new GPU doesn't survive contact with the real world. And we're going to get into what you should actually do instead in just a second. But first, if you are finding this useful, the like button genuinely helps this channel a lot. It takes 2 seconds and it tells YouTube this is worth showing to more people. So thank you. Anyway, let's get on to the bit that actually matters. So, what does all of this actually mean for all you lovely people? Well, if you're on a 30 or 40 series GPU right now, paired with a solid CPU, so say a Ryzen 5 7600, a 13th or 14th Gen i5, something in that range, the honest answer is don't upgrade for DLSS 5. For the vast majority of titles, a well-optimized 40 series rig is going to give you a top-tier experience that is pretty much indistinguishable from the 50 series in actual gameplay. Basically, you're paying a massive premium for a feature that is often solving a problem, in my opinion, that most of us don't even have. But if you were or are building a new build and you've got the budget, wait. Just wait for the real world benchmarks in the titles that you actually play, not NVIDIA's showcase games, not the review copies sent to tech channels under huge embargo. Wait for the community to have maybe 3 or 4 months with these cards and then make the call. And if you do end up with a 50 series card, personally, I would treat DLSS 5 like a toggle, not a default. So turn it on in a single player game where immersion matters less. See what you think. and then turn it off in competitive titles where frame pacing consistency matters a little bit more. Use it as a tool, not as a crutch. But for me, the value sweet spot right now, a 40 series card at its post-launch price, solid performance, proven driver stack, full DLSS 4 support, and none of the growing pains. I don't think you could really grumble at that. So, DLSS 5, impressive tech, genuinely, but is it the upgrade justifying leap NVIDIA wants you to believe it is? Well, based on what we know right now, I would say no, not yet, not for most of us. Three costs, a hidden performance tax, an AI that doesn't always respect the developer's vision, and a feature that is being used to push you into an expensive hardware upgrade you probably don't need. But now, I would like to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Tell me about them in the comments. I genuinely do like to hear from you all. And if you found this helpful or at all interesting, I hope you did, please make sure you like and subscribe. It does make a huge difference. And on that note, I do want to take a moment to shout out a subscriber for their very lovely comment. So thank you very much at Ocla_soft. It's genuinely comments like that that keep me going, so thank you. I massively appreciate it. I started this channel to share my passion with you all and learn along the way. So it genuinely means a lot when I get good feedback from the most important people, you guys. So thank you. And that's it. Take care, and I will see you on the next build.